Okay. Well, I think we got everybody that's going to be here for the start of the webinar. I'd like to thank you on behalf of Datacolor for joining our presentation today. What we're going to be talking about is the Plus upgrade to our Spyder5 Pro and Spyder5 Elite. My name is John Walrath. I'm the Imaging Training and Technical Support Manager for Datacolor on the North American side. And with me today is my colleague, Oliver Mews. He's the Senior Manager of Global Imaging Support here at Datacolor.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. So what we're going to do today is we're going to, again, review the benefits and features of Spyder5 Pro Plus and Spyder5 Elite Plus. Next slide. Okay. So we're going to get into new functions and options for these two models, and these are upgrade options for the existing Spyder5 Pro and Spyder5 Elite software. The Plus features, one of the new features is one-click calibration. And that's available on the Spyder5 Elite Plus and Spyder5 Pro Plus. Automatic room switching. That's also available on the Elite Plus and the Pro Plus. A profile manager. The profile manager will help better manage which profile is active on which screens. That's on the Elite Plus and the Pro Plus. For the Spyder5 Elite Plus, we've added software or SoftProofing and device simulation. And for the Elite Plus, we're also adding a multiple monitor matching, which is an update for the StudioMatch.
Yes, so these are the 5 new features for our Spyder Plus upgrades. As John mentioned before, it's available for Spyder5 Pro, the Plus upgrade, and for Spyder5 Elite. Some of the features are will come only with the Spyder5 Pro if you upgrade this to Plus, and all these 5 features will come with Spyder5 Elite Plus. What is the Plus upgrade? Is this another software, or is it another Spyder? No, it's the Spyder that you own already, and it is the software which is available on our download page. Means if you update it to the very last software version of Spyder5 Elite or Pro, then you have the Plus upgrade features already on your system. You just need to activate them with a serial number to the Plus upgrade. So let's start with one-click calibration. What does that mean? If your monitor is calibrated already with your Spyder, so means you need to do the initial calibration for that screen, for that specific screen. Then you know that it needs to be recalibrated twice a month or minimum once a month. That recalibration now can be started just with a simple click on the little Spyder icon, which is Spyder Utility, on your toolbar, and this opens, depending on Windows or Mac, this menu. And your calibrated screen is listed there, and you can start with just one click a recalibration. So it will directly start with that screen. Then you need to put the Spyder in here, of course connected to a USB port in your computer, you know that. Click on Next, and it will calibrate your monitor or recalibrate your monitor. So even if you have a multi-monitor system, means 2 or even more monitors connected to your computer. All these calibrated screens are listed here, and you can start a one-click calibration for them as well. So it's not working with one monitor only, it also works with multiple monitors on that system. Then John mentioned another function, which is the automatic room light switching. That automatic room light switching comes with Spyder5 Pro and Spyder5 Elite Plus upgrade. And what is the sense behind it? It is a calibration that allows you to calibrate your monitor and to save, and that's an automatic process, so you don't need to do that manually. It saves 3 different profiles with a different brightness level. So here you see Spyder5 Pro. In the Spyder5 Pro calibration settings or targets is here gamma 2.2, the recommended gamma value, 6500 Kelvin, the recommended white point or color temperature. And here is a brightness setting, which is, I want to adjust it. And the room light, which can be switched to here, room light switching automatic. This is directly accessible in the Spyder5 Pro. At the moment, there's a little, let me say, misleading info note on the screen that says, please click on advanced settings. This is on Spyder5 Elite only, and we see that here. So that little note says, please click the advanced settings button, and then you're getting, if you click on that, then you're getting that room light switching, and you can room light switching automatic, can be activated and can be used. So now when you create your profile, the Spyder measures the room light, measures the brightness of your room light, and will save 3 different profiles that will be not clipped, is the high profile, a little bit clipped, which is the mid profile, and a bit more clipped, which is the low profile. This ends in a situation that your Spyder utility can continuously measure your room light, and it sees how bright it is in your room, and it will automatically activate another profile if this fits better to your room light conditions. So you are sitting in a normal, let me say, illuminated room, and the high profile is working, but then the sun sets and it's going lower in your room, so that this monitor would be a little bit too bright now. Spyder utility will automatically adjust to the mid profile, and this will result in a lower illuminated monitor. So it will dim your monitor's output. The good thing is, I know that some of the monitors, they have such a feature, but this still, this will be still linearized color output, means accurate colors and neutral grays. Of course,
This is a great.
yeah. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, this is a great feature for people who have to do color editing in an environment that's, for example, like an office environment when you can't necessarily control the lighting at all times. This is a great feature that will help, give you a very well calibrated screen under multiple lights conditions.
Yeah, absolutely right. Of course, the best condition would be to sit in a stable light situation with no change in ambient light. That would be best, yes, but most people can't do that, unfortunately. So the Spyder5, of course, has to be connected continuously on your computer on the USB port to make that work. Otherwise, of course, Spyder can't measure the room light, and then it won't change the
Yeah.
the monitor's luminance.
Right. And you can change the frequency that the Spyder measures the room light from within the Spyder utility. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
So then, John mentioned another feature that is called the Profile Manager. Profile Manager is a tool that allows you to activate different profiles on your screen manually. So if you want to change or to toggle between different targets, just an example, you have one calibration with gamma 2.2 6500 Kelvin, and you have another which is in the CMYK workflow. So depending on what you are doing, and this is gamma 1.8 and 5000 Kelvin, just for example. Then you can toggle between these different calibration settings here in that profile manager for that monitor.
Mm-hmm.
It can do much more. It's not only to toggle between different profiles on your screen. If you want to add another a copy of that profile, you can duplicate it here. Why should you duplicate a profile? So you know the features that you have in Spyder in the Spyder software, and there are sliders to adjust the profiles and to tweak them a bit. You can duplicate a profile here, and then you can adjust such a profile. You can also rename them. You see that here. You can delete profiles here. So means, for example, on a Windows system, you don't need to open your file browser and go to see Windows System 32, spool, drivers, colors. So it's very hidden, all your different profiles. You can delete them here.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you can I don't know the right English word for that. So you can be redirected from that profile manager to your file browser in the right folder. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if this.
Well,
Um,
it'll automatically open up the correct file within your operating system to show you where the profile is stored.
Absolutely. So, and you have profile information, of course. So if you click a profile, then you see all these information about that profile. So which standard and when created and so on and so on. If it's a matrix profile or a LUT profile or blah, 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 blah. So all these information are also listed by that profile manager. Then John also mentioned the soft-proofing and device simulation. Soft-proofing, device simulation? What can be that? It's this here. It gives you the option to simulate your own printer right on screen. Means you don't need to print out something to see what will come out of your printer. You can do that with a retail printer as well. Means this is a kind of glass bowl for the colors of the printer of your retail printer. And you can also simulate the colors of a tablet. So how to access that? It's the very first step in your software. Here is calibrate my displays. You know that function. I don't need to mention that more detailed. But here is the printer soft proofing and mobile tablet simulation. So you click just that radio button and it guides you through that screen. So here is a function that means install profiles. Yep, install profiles. Why should we do that? It's if you want to print with a retail printer, so with a printing service, and you want to see in advance how will the color look on their specific paper. Then go to their website, download the ICC profile they use for their printers, and click here on Install Profiles. And it will open that here. And here is another import feature. It's not to install a profile. So we installed already now the profile from the printing service. But here you can add your own test images or your images that you want to print, or a whole folder. So if you want to soft proof a full folder of your images, then click on that here. Or what you also can do is, if you have your file browser opened here beside the Spyder tool, then you can simply drag and drop your images to this box here, and they will be shown here as well. So let's open a folder, and here is a test image that I often use in my presentations. So now we want to see how this will look on a specific printer. So here is Device to Simulate, and I click that, and then it opens this list here. So I choose any of these profiles, and I want to see how the color will look in the end. And then it's this here, and the example was uncoated 4K 29, which is a European offset standard. So means if I want to print this image on a brochure, for example, with a not high quality print, so let me say a kind of mid-range print, it will look that way. So you remember how the colors looked before? Much more, let me say, punchy, or what is the better word? Saturated.
Vibrant. Yep.
Vibrant, thank you. Then, yeah, now I know that's the limit. That's the physical limit of that printing machine. So you notice that here the preview function is checked, so it's on. And you can also activate, it's here. I don't know if you see my cursor. There is a gamut warning. And if you highlight that, then it warns you with I used red here in that case. It warns you which of the pixels of your image will be clipped, means which will be reduced to another color just because of the physical limit of that printer, paper, and ink combination. And to make long story short, such an offset printing machine is quite lousy. So if you use your own printer, your photo printer, with 8 inks or sometimes 11 inks on a good paper, on a Moab paper or a Hannemühle paper or Tetinal and so on, the colors won't be clipped that way. So then it's much, much better. Then we can switch off the gamut warning again, and we can also deactivate the preview, and we see the original colors again. Okay, so then in addition to that, we have that tablet simulation. So if you click on this little button here, show, and then you can see all profiles, means that's in this drop-down menu, you see all the profiles, means printer profiles, means display profiles, and the tablets. But if you filter them here and you say, no, show me tablets only, then you have in this list the Lenovo, the iPad 3, and the Google Nexus. It's at the moment limited to these 3 tablets, but these are the most what is the word? Most used tablets. Is that a word? Not sure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so you can simulate them with these settings. Yep, maybe in further updates that we will offer some more, but at the moment we have the requests of these, so we decided to put them in here and to not mess it up with very special things. So and then yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
John.
Yeah. So, the soft proofing feature is about previewing the output on your destination. So whether that destination is a tablet, that destination is your own printer in your own studio, or if that printer is in, you use a retail printer. The Spyder5 Elite gets your screen to a calibrated state, so you have an accurate view into your digital world, and then this soft proof takes it a step further. It allows you to see what the output, how that paper, for example, is going to affect what your image looks like. So when you put ink to paper, the paper itself will affect how the colors look, and um, this is all about giving you a view into how your image will convey to the other to a new destination.
Yeah, so what I not mentioned is, let me say, these normal functions like zooming in and then moving in the image and so on. So I didn't mention this stuff, but I think that's clear. Um, then we also talked about the multiple monitor matching. So Spyder 5 Elite users, they know that they have a function which is called StudioMatch. Um, so what does it mean? That multiple monitor matching. The new StudioMatch is, let me say, a bit more simplified version of the StudioMatch, which helps you to really precise matching your monitor as close as possible. Okay, what does that mean, and how does it work? If you have 2 different monitors and you calibrate them both, then sometimes the monitors are still looking a bit different. Why? It's the metameric effect. So let me explain it with my words as a photographer, and I am a photographer. So when you are in a room and you have switched on a light bulb on the ceiling, so you notice that this is a slightly yellowish light. It's a warm light in your room, but that's fine, and it looks quite okay. But when the sun sets outside, and it's in German we call that the blue hour. I don't know if this word works in English as well. John, does it work?
That's Yes, that's what we call it as well.
Perfect. So the blue hour inside, and you look outside through your window, it's absolutely very bluish outside. Wow. Go outside directly into that light, and you will realize after, I would say, 30 seconds, okay, it is still slightly bluish, but not that bluish anymore. That's not true. It's still the same light condition, but your eyes adapt the surrounding light. Means you will, or your eyes or your eye-brain combination, to be more precise, will adapt the light that is surrounding you. That's normal. Now turn around and look back through the window in the room that you came from. Do you see that light inside? It's very, very, very yellowish golden. Why? It was not that golden when I was in the room. Yes, because of your eye-brain combination adapts that light. So you know what I want to say with that? Now, back to your monitors. This is your older monitor, and in this example here, it's a display that works with a specific light source. Always in the monitor need to be a light source, otherwise you wouldn't see anything. So what kind of light source is in that monitor? It is CCFL, or in the German language we say neon tubes. So that means CCFL tubes are in here. So this is the light source. Your new and bigger monitor doesn't has CCFL light. It has white LED, for example. So did you ever compare an image or a photo illuminated by a CCFL tube and another with an LED torch? Compare the colors. It has nothing to do with each other. So means your eye, when you are sitting in front of your new white LED screen, your eye-brain combination will compensate this kind of light source, which is white LED. Now, if you are looking to the side, to the right side here in this case, and you are looking into your CCFL illuminated screen, can you imagine that this doesn't fit to this kind of light source? We calibrated with Spyder, so they need to look the same. Yes, for the device, it was the same, but for your personal, or not personal, what is the better word? For your individual color perception, it is not the same. So how can this be fixed? It's a tool that is included in only one tool on the market, in the Spyder5 Elite. And in the studio, in the plus version, in the plus upgrade, even easier than ever before. So how to match different monitors? In your Spyder5 Elite Plus version, you have also here this little shortcut menu, and there is the StudioMatch function. And if you click that StudioMatch, then it asks you all displays attached to this computer. And I think most of you guys working on two different screens, you have them connected to one computer. So if you want to match two different screens connected to different computers, then of course please use that option. And then it's a little bit more I don't know, I don't want to say difficult, but then you have to handle two different monitors and two different computers in this case, of course. But if they are connected to one screen, then choose this. And in this example, we will use that. So we have connected that Fujitsu and an HP monitor here in that case. So I highlighted them both and I click on the next button. Then the software asked me to measure the maximum brightness of each of the monitors. So this is to see what is the brightest monitor here, because of, you can imagine, if one of the monitor is not that bright, but the other is really bright, we need to decrease the brightness of the brighter one, because of we can't make the lower brighter. That's impossible. That's its physical limit. So we did that here in that case, and the software recommended to calibrate to a specific, it's called a brightness or a luminance. So we place the Spyder in that zone here, and we measure the brightness. Then the Spyder measures the room light, and it will guide us to calibrate the monitor to a target brightness of 120 candela per square meter. That would be the best option or the best situation. So if your room is a bit dimmed, means not completely dark, but it also doesn't mean it's a full daylight in your room. So I always describe that situation where Spyder recommends to 120 candela per square meter. I describe that room light as you could read a short article in a newspaper without switching on the lights. But if you could read the whole page or even the whole newspaper, then you are setting too bright. So you see, it's a quite dimmed light condition. And then it asks you to calibrate to that target. So here we have set the monitors to 138 and 134. That was the closest possible with these monitors. And we run, we save a calibration target. And we call that StudioMatch target. So put in the setting that you prefer. So something like studio with daylight setting or studio at night setting, or I think you know what I mean. So then save your calibration target, and then the software will ask you to, okay, now we will calibrate all displays to that StudioMatch target. Of course, one monitor after the other. You just put the Spyder on, and it normally, now, it will measures the different colors, red, green, blue, here in that example. So, of course, it's not just red, green, blue. It will measure a lot of different steps, beginning from almost black, and then a very dark red, a bit brighter, until it's the reddest red, which is possible, like this here, like the logo, the Datacolor logo. The same with green, with blue, with a gray scale. And then in the end, your monitor is calibrated, and it will do, of course, the same with the second monitor as well. So when your second monitor is also calibrated, then you will see a little test image on both of your screens, like that. And remember, we are sitting in front of our very big new monitor illuminated by white LEDs. And that's our secondary monitor with the CCFL light. So here's a little message on that box, which means please adjust the secondary monitor to match your primary one. Means don't touch your main monitor, which is right in front of your nose. So only adjust this monitor now. And this is how it, here you can read it, I think. Adjust all other monitors to match the main monitor. Do not adjust the main monitor. And then you click on OK, and here are the sliders. And now when I adjust, I tweak them a bit. Here is the white point, blue, red, and purple, green. And I do it, and after 5 minutes and a bit of work, I matched it. Yes. So that's the closest possible match of yellow of these both screens. So do the same with magenta and with cyan. After that, you have a grayscale. Do it again. Here are your settings. And then you have some test images. And yes, of course, you can also change it to your own test images. So it means your own photography outcome or stuff. So then here is Spyder Tune. That's the feature you already know. You can click it, and you have the sliders again if you need to tweak a bit the color, still matching the primary screen. If you did that, your screens are matching as close as possible. That is the StudioMatch with the extended feature to make matching even easier than ever before. Last but yeah, sorry.
Yes, the StudioMatch actually makes adjustments to the profile of the secondary monitor itself, so it's affecting the profile.
Right. So then here we have, come on, here we have the page where to get the Plus upgrade, which is HTTP and then go to datacolor.com/getSpyder5+. That's the link. And here are some downloads. What is the download? Is the quick start guide here, this one. Please look into that. Here is the description how to activate the plus features. So not that unimportant. Really look into the quick start guide. And on the right side, there are again the download links to download the software for your specific operating system. Here, if you upgrade to Spyder 5 Plus Elite Plus or Spyder 5 Pro Plus. And yes, if you own a Spyder 5 Pro, but you see that the features of Spyder 5 Elite would fit better to your workflow just because of it's more flexible, more powerful, then yep, you can upgrade from your Spyder 5 Pro to Spyder 5 Elite Plus. So just look at this link here and all the rest will be explained there. So also pricing and so on. So this is a webinar for whole Europe, and you know that each country or region has different VAT, so we don't have any prices here. Please check out the link and you will see the prices. What I will do, we have a little chat box here in our webinar feature. I will put that link into the chat again, so you can copy and paste it. But give me another minute, and then I will do this. We have another feature. If you have any questions, you can ask questions. So, John, please could you activate the questionnaire to the attendees? So please type in your questions. We will read your questions loud and clear so everybody can hear your question without your name. So don't be afraid. Ask whatever you want. We will read your question and we will answer that. So I think that's a quite interesting second session of that webinar. Then last but not least, please let me mention, come on, where is it? Here we go. The next slide. We offer a free phone support, which is that number. It's really a 00 in the beginning from Europe, 800 700 870. It's a free of charge number from each country in Europe. That's why you need to dial a 00 in the beginning. That's not a mistake. Of course, during office hours. And this is the American number. If you have any, let me say, more complex issue or question or even problem, then please contact our support at this link, support.datacolor.com. It's reachable 24/7, of course. And then this will redirect you to this page. Click on support, on contact customer support, and you will get that form. Submit a ticket and put in all your details about your computer system, which operating system, and so on. And here is the subject and a little box to type down your problem or your question. And then we will answer to that. If you speak German, just in case, you can type in German as well. The most of our team are speaking German. So last but not least, let me mention again our webinars. It's this address here, spyder.datacolor.com/webinars. We offer different webinars about different topics. Sometimes we are talking about how to get the best out of your printer, or another webinar could be how to calibrate the autofocus of your camera, or even raw calibrate your camera. Yes, that's possible. Or we have some photographers that are talking about their specific work. Maybe it's a product photographer or fashion photographer or. So we offer webinars there, and they are free of charge, like this one here. So that's the end of the webinar today, which was all about the Plus features. I want to thank you for listening. And I think I will hand over to John, and we will look into the questions. And yeah, so keep this connection here, because of you hear all these questions and our answers.